Hello, welcome to another episode of Forgotten Cemeteries of the Pacific Northwest. Today we're at Cooper Mountain Catholic Cemetery. It's located in Aloha, Oregon, Washington County. Do not confuse with the Evangelical Cemetery that's located on Gastner Road. This one's located at Cooper Mountain Nature Park corner of Southwest 190th and Southwest Kemmer Road. Kind of a small lot, really small. Alternative names to this one are Pioneer Cemetery Catholic, Gastner Cemetery. It's on a busy corner here. There's a lot of traffic going through, so apologies if car noise is getting in the way. There's actually no signs for this cemetery, nothing. It's just a rusted gate over there with some graves. So let's go visit the local residents and hear their story. A little bit of history behind the cemetery. It was established in 1902. Usually I try to stay away from any cemeteries after 1900, but this was the resting place of the earliest Cooper Mountain settlers, so I'll make an exception for this one. There's an estimated 25 to 100 estimated burials here. Few early pioneers settled in this area of Cooper Mountain. The reason was water was difficult to obtain in the area, but timber was abundant. This cemetery is also the site of a church at one time. That would be St. Peter's Church. The Gastners, the Kemmers, Burkharts, and Mehams all helped build it. Cooper Mountain is named after Perry Cooper, who made his claim in 1853 in this area. Francis Livermore, who arrived in Portland around 1890, developed the first industry here. That was a timber industry, obviously, called Livermore Sawmills. His land is located at Cooper Mountain Vineyard presently. Many of the roads in this area are named after the people buried here as well. Right here we have a Lois Gastner, one of the more popular names in the cemetery. Actually, one of the alternative names to the cemetery is Gastner Cemetery, as I mentioned before. Lois was born in 1847. He left Tressenberg, Liechtenstein, and arrived in Freeport, Illinois in 1873. He wouldn't come to Oregon until a year later. He is married to Justina Lampard, right here, who's Justina Gastner now, obviously. She was also from Liechtenstein. Both share a tombstone together. Reading online, it indicated that both Lois and Justina traveled with a family named Beck from Illinois. I couldn't find anything on them, except they were also from Liechtenstein. Lois and Justina had 5 kids together. 3 of them are buried here. And here's one of the Gastners. This is Alovis, hope I'm saying that right. Son of Olovis and Justina. He was born in 1877. He was actually a successful businessman in Reedville, a dairyman. He would temporarily go to Seaside, but come back to Washington County only after a year. He did start another business in the area, just general supplies. And he is married to a woman named Dora Miller, who he married in 1900, who's actually right next to him. Dora Miller was born in North Carolina. She came to Oregon in 1892, settling in Hillsboro with her family. Her father would eventually buy a farm in the Cooper Mountain area in 1898. Hope you guys can see these. Kind of hidden behind this bush right here. But here we have Johnny and Rosie Santoro. We've seen a lot of immigrants, Swedes, Germans, Finnish, the United Kingdom, but we haven't seen much Italians at all. I think this is actually the first Italians I've come across. Johnny and Rosie were born in America. Their parents, however, were from Italy. Didn't say what specific town. Parents are buried at Mount Calvary Cemetery. Johnny over there was only 7 years old when he died. Wasn't much better for Rosie. She only made it till about 11 years old. Couldn't find a cause of death, unfortunately. But yeah, you could see this. Trees are both growing in the graves. Definitely the biggest headstone in the cemetery belongs to Nicholas and Anna Kemmer here. Nicholas was part of that crew that built the church here. The only thing I could find on Nicholas and Anna was they were immigrants from Germany. They're one of the earlier families in the Cooper Mountain area. This is kind of what I talked about in my last video. If you go to like findagrave.com, this headstone's upright, pretty pristine condition. And now I come here present day in April. Looks like it got vandalized, broken off its base, unfortunately. But this was also an important family, one of the earlier settlers in the area. This would be Robert and Leigh Meehan. They also helped with the building of the church that used to be on site here. Okay, we thought we'd start our little mini tour right here, the cemetery. Again, apologies, this is around a bend that apparently is very busy at this time in the morning, so sorry if the sound gets a little drowned out. Thankfully it's around a bend, so everybody slows down around a bend and just stares at you as you're filming a cemetery. This will probably be a very short video. As I said, this is a pretty small cemetery. There's only a handful of headstones. This one's real pretty. I couldn't find much on the Wenzels right here. Looks like they were some of the earlier settlers in the area as well. Also with, ooh man, Schoenbachler. Yeah, I think I'm close on that one. This may have been the easiest cemetery to find the graves at due to the size. Talked about the Kemmers there. And on Nicholas. Do have a cross right here. It looks like that's iron. Couldn't find much information on this one. Looks pretty weathered. It's got like a little church on top. I wonder if that represents the old church that used to be built here. And of course we have the Gastner family lined up here. And look, more Gastners. See what we've got back here. Got Roos. That one's pretty recent. Well, not recent, I guess, in the 80s. And you got the two Italians. This one's kind of hard to read for me. Maybe it'll look better on the camera. Looks like a child's headstone. And finally we have Meehan in the back. And that is it for this cemetery. This was a very small one, to the point where I can almost get the whole cemetery in the shot. So that's the end of our tour here. Hard to find information on it overall. So thank you for watching. If you have any recommendations on other pioneer cemeteries in Oregon to visit, feel free to comment. And thank you for watching and have a great day.